Good evening and welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Nadun Sirivardhana. Let's have a look at the headlines. Cyclonic storm Ditwa triggers widespread flooding and landslides across Sri Lanka. Parliament holds proceedings to focus on widespread flood relief. News in detail. Sri Lanka remains under severe weather conditions as heavy rainfall, rising floodwaters and continuous landslides disrupt daily life across multiple districts. The persistent low-pressure system remains anchored over the island, pulling in moisture-heavy winds and generating repeated waves of intense rainfall. Soil across the highlands is fully saturated, making slopes unstable while major reservoirs are nearing or exceeding their capacity. The President Kumara Disanayake has directed the army to provide immediate assistance to those impacted by the prevailing adverse weather conditions across the island. Over 20,500 army personnel have already been deployed to carry out rescue operations. Yesterday alone, the army rescued around 3,790 people, bringing them to safe centres. The government has allocated 1.2 billion rupees for disaster relief services. In addition, the President has instructed all government agents, through the Secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Home Affairs, to request any additional funds needed to support emergency response operations. The Meteorology Department announced that cyclonic storm Ditwa is currently positioned approximately 50 kilometers south of Trincomalee. According to the department, the system is very likely to move northwestwards in the coming hours. Now, the Disaster Management Centre early this morning reported that a total of 56 people have died, 21 are missing and 14 have been injured due to incidents caused by cyclonic storm Ditwa. The Irrigation Department has issued an urgent warning stating that the critical flood situations have already developed in the low-lying areas of several major river basins due to the continuous heavy rainfall over their catchment areas. Disaster Management Centre reports that 43,991 individuals from 12,313 families have been affected by the extreme weather conditions. The Ditwa storm has also left 4 houses completely destroyed, while 666 houses have been partially damaged across several districts. According to the Department of Meteorology, the highest rainfall last night was recorded in Cheddikulam, Vavuniya with 315 mm, while Alappally in Mullaitivu reported 305 mm. Kandy received 223.9 mm and Madhu in Mannar recorded 218.5 mm. Significant rainfall was also reported from Madampe in Ratnapura, Anuradhapura and Trincomalee over 200 mm. The Railway Department announced that train services on all routes were suspended until further notice. President Kumara Disanayake has also instructed the Tourism Authority to take necessary measures to efficiently provide essential services to foreign tourists facing difficulties due to the prevailing emergency disaster situation in the country. The Parliament gathered for the usual committee stage debates on the Budget 2026 was also discussed the inclement weather situation which has been affected on all over the island. However, the day's proceedings did not continue and the House was adjourned after a brief session of just 35 minutes.
District කාර්යාලවලට වැදගත් වෙලා තිබෙන්නේ ප්‍රාදේශීය ලේකම් කාර්යාලවලට ඉක්මනින්ම ප්‍රතිපාදන ටික යැවීම. ඒ වගේම කොටු වෙච්ච ජනතාව ඉන්න ස්ථානවලට බෝට්ටු ටික ලබා දීම. විශේෂයෙන්ම අපිට ආරංචියේ බොහෝ තැන්වල ජනතාව අතරමං වෙලා තිබෙනවා.
දැන් අපිට ජීවිත ගලවා ගැනීමට එක මෙහෙයුමක් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් ජනතාවට සහන සැලසීම මෙහෙයුමක් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා. ඒ ජනතාවගේ සෞඛ්‍ය තත්ත්වය නගා සිටීම සඳහා වෙච්ච වැඩපිළිවෙලක් අනිත් පැත්තෙන් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා. මම කියන්න කැමති මේ වන විට සියලුම දිස්ත්‍රික් ලේකම්වරුන්ට අවශ්‍ය කරන මුදල් ප්‍රතිපාදන යොමු කරලා තිබෙන්නේ. ඒ අයට හැම දිස්ත්‍රික් එකම ඊයේ දවස් වෙනකොට ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් කටයුතු අවසන් කරලා තියෙනවා. අවශ්‍ය තරම් මුදල් ප්‍රතිපාදන දිස්ත්‍රික් ලේකම්වරු අතර පත් වෙලා තිබෙන්නේ. ඒ අය තවත් ඉලා සිටිනවා නම් ඒක ලබා දෙන්න අපි සූදානම්. දෙවෙනි කාරණය මේ වෙන විට විශේෂයෙන්ම නාවික හමුදාව විසින් යාත්‍රා සූදානම් කරලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ බෝට්ටු සහ ඒකට අවශ්‍ය කරන යාත්‍රා හැම තැනකම සූදානම් කරලා පවතින්නේ. ඒ යාත්‍රා ප්‍රමාණවත් නැත්නම් පෞද්ගලික අංශයෙන් අරගෙන හරි ඒ කරන්න ඒ කටයුතු වලට මුදල් ලබා දෙන්න රජයකට දැනුම් දීලා තියෙනවා සියලු දිස්ත්‍රික් ලේකම්වරුන්ට සහ අපදා කළමනාකරන නිලධාරීන්ට.
Stay tuned, we will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back. The Sri Lanka Export Development Board, in collaboration with the International Finance Corporation and the European Union, has successfully concluded the second Expo Scale-Up pitching event for small and medium enterprises. The initiative aims to strengthen the export capacity of local SMEs and enhance their global market presence. The program provided specialized training in market research, branding and logistics to help SMEs develop robust export marketing plans. Selected enterprises from diverse sectors including value-added food and beverages, coconut-based innovations and ICT solutions presented their strategies to a panel of experts. EDB Chairman Mangala Vijayasinghe highlighted the program's role in supporting economic recovery, while IFC and EU representatives emphasized its importance for job creation and connecting Sri Lankan businesses with European markets. The successful SMEs will now advance to the Expo Connect program for market access and international buyer matchmaking, further strengthening Sri Lanka's export ecosystem. Now, the second meeting of the Japan-Sri Lanka Committee on Business Environment was convened at the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka yesterday. Representatives from the Embassy of Japan, the Japan External Trade Organization, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, and the Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry participated in the meeting of the Japan-Sri Lanka Committee on Business Environment. Accordingly, other stakeholders and relevant Japanese companies operating in Sri Lanka, as well as officials from the BOI and other pertinent Sri Lankan authorities, also took part in the meeting. The two sides engaged in substantive discussions on a range of business-related issues currently faced by Japanese enterprises in Sri Lanka. As Sri Lanka continues on a steady path towards sustainable economic recovery, discussions in the committee became purely timely and important. The significance of the event was both sides observed the substantial opportunities that lie in the area of trade and investment, considering the developments in the globe. Further, both Sri Lanka and Japan affirmed the importance of maintaining and improving the business environment in transparency, predictability, and non-discriminatory treatment. Now, the Sri Lanka's Colombo Stock Exchange closed noon today due to the current onslaught of the cyclone Ditwa. Sri Lanka's rupee was quoted at 307 rupees and 90 cents to 308 rupees and 20 cents to the US dollar in the spot market this morning. Dealers said that it was a weaker value compared to the previous day. However, they added that bond yields remained steady. Bonds maturing in 2028, 2029 and 2030 were quoted over 9%. Only a bond maturing in 2032 was quoted flat at 10.23%. The telegraphic transfer rates for the American dollar was 304 rupees and 50 cents and its selling price was 311 rupees and 50 cents. The British pound was 401 rupees and its selling price was 413 rupees. The euro was valued at 350 rupees and selling was at 361 rupees. In such a situation, Colombo Stock Exchange in a statement said that a decision had been taken to close the market at 12:30 p.m. in view of the current adverse weather conditions prevailing in the country. The All Share Price Index was trading down 0.52% or 117.65 points, and the S&P SL20 was down 0.61% or 38.37 points shortly after open. The market turnover was 220 million rupees. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.